are back with the Modern Initial D series, and we're down to the last 4 episodes. You got this one and 3 more. As far as when those are releasing, I have no idea. I'm just kind of like, if a new car comes out, I'll prioritize that over this, because this series isn't really doing as well as I would have hoped it did. So I'm kind of prioritizing other stuff over this series at this point, but I do want to get it complete and finished so I can move on to the other series and everything I have planned. But without further ado, let's get right on into it. So essentially what we're doing is modern interpretations of cars from Initial D. I did the classic, like the normal cars from the show that you see in the show about 2 years ago. And here we are now. So this episode we're doing the Grim Reaper GT-R, which is an R32, as an R35. But I chose the 2012 R35, and some of you might be wondering why I did that. The reason for that is because the 2017 R35, I don't know where after I recorded those videos, I very well could have converted those into other cars. I don't know. Oh, here's one. So this is like the modern, like, Godfoot R34. That's what happened there. And my reasoning for that is because I wanted, like, instead of doing the R32s as R34s, I wanted a car that looked different enough. 2 cars that were both R35s that looked different enough from each other to call, like, one would be like a modern version of an R34, the other being an R32, because all the R34 is essentially a new and improved R32. Like, it's better. It's, in my opinion, no, I like the R32 better than the R34, but it's meant to be a step up, and that's what this 2017 is. It's like a revamped step up of what we have here, the first, like, iteration of the R35. So that's kind of like a brief explanation. So let's begin. We're going to start with the build, we're going to move to the tune, then I'm going to tell you guys how to get the car looking the way it does. It's a completely custom color. After that, we're going to take it for a run down the mountain pass. So beginning with conversions, keep it stock, and I will explain my choice of aero here shortly. So before I do that though, the main thing with these cars is I wanted to keep them in S1 so that the original Initial D cars that I built a couple years back would be able to keep up, because they're all in S1, I think, aside from like one of them. But so we got the Forza Aero race front bumper, and the reasoning for that is because in the show, the front end, the front bumper that they have on there somewhat resembles the Forza Aero one. That I put it on the R32 and everything when I did that. At least I think I did. I don't know. Like I said, it's been 2 years. But at the very least, I didn't put the Forza Aero spoiler because it doesn't look right on here. Like, in my opinion, it should, like this car, it should be a little taller. But so I kind of went with the Liberty Walk wing instead, which I don't think is a bad look. I mean, I get that it looks a little odd at first without the body kit to go along with it, but I think that in time I sort of warmed up to it, and hopefully you guys do the same. So for tire compound, you want semi-slick race tires, then you want 285mm in the front, 315mm in the rear for the width. The wheels, so for the wheels, what I wanted to do is a lot of the older wheels I used on the original, like, Initial D cars 2 years ago, you can tell that those wheels look very dated on the modern cars. They look like wheels that should be on 90s cars. So I kind of went with wheels that were a little more modern, similar styling and look and whatnot. Except for like a couple cars, I think I used the same wheels. But anyway, the multi-piece rim style, you want the HRE C103s. Those are the wheels that I have on here. Track width, you want the second one in the middle, your medium one, I suppose. For the front, Then for the rear, you want that maxed out as wide as you can get it. And then the rim size, you just leave it I almost said stark. I watched Iron Man last night. Okay? I watched Iron Man. You can't blame me. Leave him stock, not stark. Anyway, race transmission. Race differential. Race brakes. Race suspension. You know it's bad when it's like I have to pause in between each part because for some reason my game's running a little slow today. I don't know what's up with that, but you know it's bad when that happens. Like I'm moving the controller and stuff, like navigating the menu almost like faster than I can talk. That's not the case today for some reason. Race front anti-roll bars. Race rear anti-roll bars. No roll cage and race. Oh no, not race. Sport rate reduction. Would you like a reduction on your interest rate? No, sport weight reduction. Man, no way I just made that joke. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. I'm getting old. I made a joke about interest rates. Oh my god. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, race intake. Race fuel system. Race ignition. Race valves. Race cam. Race exhaust. Race engine block. Race pistons. Should be a stock turbo, right? Yep, stock twin turbo. Race flywheel. Race oil and cooling. Finally, race intercooler. Now moving on to the tune. For the tire pressure, you have 23 in the front, 20 in the rear. Gearing 2.20 final drive. And I have no idea about the rest of this. It could be stock, it could be not. Like, I built this car back in like April, end of March, early April. And it's currently like late August. So this car could be like, it's pretty old. But we'll say end of March, because I think that's when I built most of them. So end of March, early April. So we got April, May, June, July, August. That's like 4 to 5 months since I've even touched this car. I built it, I drove it while I tuned it. I put a base tune, tweaked it up a bit to get it just right for the car, and then it's like I did that 5 months ago. I don't remember what exactly I did. So in the event that your tuning, like the gearing doesn't match mine, go ahead, pause the video, get it all squared away, and then unpause. Please unpause it. Apparently I can't speak English today, guys. It's my first language and I can't speak it. Yeah, but anyway, please unpause it, because that'd be weird if you got a partial tune and just like dipped out on me. So for alignment, camber, negative 3.0 in the front, negative 2.0 in the rear. For the toe, you want positive 1.0 out in the front. And for the rear, you want negative 1.6 in, front caster angle of 5.6. For anti-roll bars, 25.3 in the front, 15.4 in the rear. For springs, 646.5 in the front, 467.0 in the rear. Then for ride height, 4.3 front and back. Damping, your rebound, you want 8.3 in the front, 9.0 in the rear. For the bump, 3.2 in the front, 3.8 in the rear. Aero, for the front, you want to switch that up to 486. Then braking, 48% towards the rear for balance, and pressure is 70%. The differential in the front, you want 31% acceleration, 20 deceleration, and in the rear, 65 acceleration, 48 deceleration, with a center balance of 70% towards the rear. Now moving on to the design of the car, there's luckily no vinyls on it that I know of. Yeah, there isn't. Then the custom color, which I believe to be a custom color, and it is. So to make this color, you want to go over to the special colors, and for time's sake I'm going to grab it with the mouse. I want to come all the way down here to this green one, Metal Flake. I want to hit the X button, and for the low light you want 0, 0 for your hue and saturation, and then 0.20 for your brightness. For the hue you want 0 on highlight, I should say. So on highlight, hue is 0, saturation is also 0 again, with a brightness of 34. Then the wheels are, so special colors again. I'm gonna come on down here, and I believe them, yeah, steel semi-gloss. I don't know if, did we paint that? Okay, no, yeah, steel semi-gloss there, black the windows, and that's it. You're done. You made the car. So now for this next segment, I'm gonna drive it, or at least attempt to do so, for you guys to watch, so you guys can kind of get a, I'd say get a feel for it, but you're not getting a feel for it at all. You're gonna watch me do it and see if you like it or not. But I'm probably gonna botch it, because for you returning viewers, guess what I did not do again? Not do a practice run. And like I said earlier, I haven't even touched this car yet, alone looked at it in 5 months. So yeah. So I built this car 5 months ago, tuned it, drove it while I was tuning it to kind of work out the kinks, and yeah, ever since then I haven't even touched it. I didn't practice just before recording this like I should have, so my driving might be a little bit not great at first, but we're gonna get straight into it. Oh yeah, one more thing. This is not a drift car. It's not a drift car. So disclaimer, not a drift car. So my drift score is going to be really friggin' low through the zone. It's not a drift car. And that's because in the show, they're not drift cars. They are mountain pass race cars with the capability of drifting. I wasn't even sure if I could build this one with the capability to drift until I just did that. Which was completely accidental. It might have been like slip angle or something. I don't even know. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, you can drift it. Alright. Just like tanking street signs as I go. May or may not have downshifted there one too many times. Just gotta hug the inside here. I keep thinking I'm in a higher gear than I really am, so I keep accidentally hitting first, and there's very few points on this course where I should hit first gear. I've also realized I haven't done much drifting, so let's fix that. That's what's cool, like with the GT-Rs, I made sure to build them to where you could, with the same tune, without changing the tune, you could kind of choose whether you want to take a drift approach or a grip approach with them, if that makes sense. So you can kind of choose what sort of approach you want to take with the car. It's entirely up to you, without even altering the tune at all, which is great. I did it back when I did the original car. I know I cut that corner. I did it back when I did the original cars as well. I did it with the Night Kids GT-R, the R32. If I'm not mistaken, I did that again when I did it like the modern version of it with the same R35. Different tune though, I believe. But yeah, I sort of made sure I did that with all the GTRs, or at least most of them. Like, you could kind of pick how you want to approach driving the car. You want to do a grip run, you could do that. You want to do a drift run, you could do that. Entirely up to you. So with all that done, with all that said, I should say, said and done, I'm gonna do some donuts, because that's how we end all the videos around here. Get out of the way, you stupid BMW. Alright, there we go. Alright, and I'd like to end off this video by saying thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, and that's all for me today.